We have some very distinguished women and looking forward to introducing them to you, and thank you for joining us. We'll be right back. We're so happy to have you here, and I'd like to introduce you to Margaret Dunkel, one of the inductees to Maryland's Women's Hall of Fame, and we're so glad to have you with us. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Pediatric psychologist.
Yes.
Involved in intervention research. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what you do?
Yes, thank you.
You were also appointed by President Clinton to the National Assessment Governing Board.
Yes.
What does that board do?
Well,
what was your
National
role?
Assessment Governing Board.
What kept you motivated, even in an environment where there weren't very many women around you?
Well, I have to say,
Well, how did you ever become from being a scientist and then to an engineer to being an astronaut? That sounds like quite a leap.
It was, well, there's a poster for NASA looking for scientists and engineers to go work in space, and so I said, oh, that sounds like fun. And then I found out that you got to fly in T-38.
So someone just happened to tell you about
Yeah.
this poster of
That's right.
that it's now open for women to
Yes.
be
Yeah,
applying to be
this was
astronaut.
before the internet.
Oh, yes, yes. There's very different ways to find
getting
jobs.
information out.
What kind of influence do you like to have on the students coming through? What are some of your goals when you were working with the students?
When I'm working with the student, I like to give them the opportunity to develop.
To develop,
grow.
oh wow,
in
like their
in
skills or their leadership
Right.
skills.
I like to help them learn to do what I'm doing.
Well, Mary, we have a clip of you from space that we're going to go to right now.
From now until T-minus 31 seconds.
One of the first cases it was televised. You know, they
Oh,
televised
is that
the oral
right?
argument.
Did that
Yeah.
change your
Not
strategy
at all.
for arguing?
It's amazing. Once you're there, you're arguing to the panel right there, and you're not paying
They're
any
your
attention
audience.
to the audience. Yeah.
Visionary thing for the president of that college to want to put a woman in that position.
And how did you find the reception? Did they take to
Oh.
your ideas and
Oh,
the programs
my.
you created? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I was too short to be an airline stewardess, and I went back to graduate school because there was not another job in aviation at that point in time for me to do.
You couldn't be a pilot.
I couldn't be a pilot. Well, I started flying when I was 14, but I couldn't be a pilot.
Did you get very much time to be able to just relax and enjoy while you're up there? Are you always working? Is every hour scheduled?
Every hour is scheduled. Sometimes if you get a weather scrub,
And what does that mean?
that means you can't land the day you were planning on landing because
Okay.
there was going to be too much cloud cover. The weather wasn't going to cooperate.
I did want to follow up on what you were talking about, the STEM disciplines. If you could explain to the audience kind of what the STEM disciplines are and how important it is to get especially young girls interested in these disciplines.
Well, STEM.
Apologize for the sounds in the background, but we've got people coming to prepare and to attend the ceremony that you are being inducted in, the Dr. Manicure is being inducted in, and so we have a little bit of background noise, but hopefully you can hear both of us.
Spent more than $1 million for the boys' teams and nothing on the girls' teams.
Now, do you feel like things have changed to today, or have there been a success as a result of that, or how would you characterize today?
There's been enormous progress.
Some of the people you hear out there are some of my former students.
Is that right?
Yes.
So have you kept in touch with some of your
I
students?
keep in touch with many of them, many of them.
With the retirement of the shuttle, with the vehicle that you were on, I believe, is the one that flew the last mission?
Atlantis, yes.
The Atlantis, yes. It must have been tough to watch that land and to see it land as its first last mission.
Yeah, it was tough, but when you work in the space business, you get used to the idea that missions have beginnings and they have ends. And I was just delighted that everybody got back in one piece.
Mary, thank you. We're going to take a break now, and we'll be right back. It sounds like when you see an issue that's not being addressed, an injustice, you look for ways to solve them. I was curious of your approach when you see an injustice. What do you recommend people consider when they see an injustice or a problem to tackle? What would you recommend that they do to help address it?
Sometimes I use the three criteria: impact, opportunity, and partners.
Okay, impact, opportunity, and partners. Okay.
What's going to make a big difference?
What are some of the things that can be done to prevent obesity in children and some of the other issues that you were talking about? And for those of us who aren't involved in this world, is there anything that we can be doing or should be thinking about in terms of the health of children in our communities?
People in the House of Representatives, what do you call it?
The delegates?
Delegates,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, so your accomplishments really are seen through the accomplishments of your students.
That's exactly.
That's fantastic.
That's the way I like it. I like to be in the background. I like them to enjoy the development.
I thought it was going to be for 3 months, but it's been 12 years.
Is that right?
that I've been directed.
Well, that must mean you are enjoying it very much.
Yes, yes. If you come to me and say that you would like to be a pediatrician, I have one for you in the sorority.
It's fantastic.
And so it's a nice blend, and the children do well, and the women in the sorority are just love.
Do you find it pretty easy to find volunteers in for a program like this, or is it hard in this busy world?
No, when I speak, they listen.
Is that right? They'll come to you. Why weren't you running my program? You were appointed by the governor to the Physician Quality Assurance Board as a consumer member. What was your role on that board? I was also interested because even in your busy schedule, you find time to serve in other capacities outside the courtroom. What are some of the things that you love to do or participate in the community?
Well, I've served on.
Judge, any last thoughts you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, as I said, I think I would try to do something that you really love, and I would also try to do it really well.
Gwen, thank you so much, and congratulations on being inducted this evening. Very proud to be able to meet you, and thank you very much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Well, that's wonderful advice. Appreciate hearing that. Yeah, well, Judge Motz, thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining
I
us. Good
enjoyed
to
it.
meet you, and we'll be right back. Harry, thank you so much, and so glad to join us with Top of the Morning. Look forward to seeing you at the next show. Thank you again.